Hey everyone, it's Alex, and welcome back to Flyball Friends. Thanks for everyone being here again, and hopefully you guys have already subscribed. If you haven't, make sure you hit that button. Today we are talking to someone from Belgium, and I'm super excited for him to be here. Alright, welcome to the channel. I'm so glad that you could be here. If you could just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Roderick Creyf. I'm competing flyball in Belgium. I have my own club since 2017. I'm competing flyball since 2007, so that's 13 years already. That was a small club, well, a big club in Bruges, that's nearby. I'm actually not professional in flyball or dog sports. I'm responsible for a metallization and a powder coating company, so that's completely something different. But next to that, we also have a shop for healthy dog sport, healthy and natural dog food. So cool. That's a little bit combining. Yeah.
Awesome, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How many dogs do you have?
I have 6 dogs. 3 are competing. 1 Kelpie, 1 Border Collie, and 1 Border Collie Kelpie mix are competing, and then I have another Border Collie Kelpie and 2 Border Collies and a Kelpie that are not competing.
Awesome. Now, what got you started playing flyball?
Well, I had a German Shepherd, and I was looking for a dog sport, and I didn't want to do obedience anymore because it was a little bit boring for her. And she liked tennis balls, so we started looking on the internet. And we found flyball, and there was a club nearby, so we jumped in, and 6 trainings later, I did my first competition.
Wow,
so,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's and back in that days you could do that. Flyball was not that that big and so competitive and so technical like it's now.
Yeah.
That's a big changeover in the last 13 years, I think.
Was there a dog out there that when you first started playing that you just absolutely loved to watch?
Yes, actually in the team I was then competing had the first greyhounds in Belgium competing. So that was also the first dog who ran below sub 4. So I ran 380. No one ever saw that over here. Also, that dog didn't even do a good box swimmer turn. So I was just running complete to the box, full stop, and then back. So I did 380. So that's very beautiful to see. And of course, they're not that good. We now know that it's not that good for the health. But it was very good to see.
That's awesome. Now, do you guys have lots of teams in Belgium?
We have actually 2 federations. There's one federation, this is our federation. We have around 30 teams, and the other federation has 25 teams.
Wow, that's pretty big. That's good.
Yeah, for a small country. Well, and actually it's only the half, because in Belgium you have the Flemish part and the French part, and in the French part you only have 1 team. So it's only in Flanders you have around 55 teams in total. So
wow,
yeah.
That's cool. How often does your team practice?
We have 2 practice days a week during the season. Well, during the tournament season.
Yeah.
Off season we do only 1 training week.
Fair enough. Okay. Do you guys do a lot of things at home for flyball?
We personally do not flyball, but also always with flyball in our back head.
Yeah.
In the back of our head, sorry. I also do doggy dance, but that's good for the muscles.
Yeah.
Muscle building. I also do frisbee, but I try to do long distance. So that's also for speeding up and the sprinting part in flyball.
Yeah.
Then on other days that I'm not doing anything, we go for long walks, 10, 20 kilometers. Also for the condition of the flyball dogs, of course.
Awesome. That's good. Good for you guys. Do you guys go to a lot of tournaments?
We have 14 approximate normally with no COVID-19. We have 14 competition tournaments in a year, plus the Belgium championship, and then of course the European championship.
Awesome. So do you guys travel lots for flyball, or mostly just do the local stuff?
Well, Belgium is the longest drive we have for a normal tournament. It's around 2.5 hours drive.
Okay.
So that's what you do for practice.
Pretty close, yeah. That's crazy. Okay. What's the farthest you've been for flyball?
Well, in traveling time, it will be the UK, I think, because we needed to take the boat for 8 hours already, and then 3 hours drive in Belgium, and then Belgium to France, then the boats, and then another 4 or 5 hours in the UK. So yeah, that's almost a day away. Just for that's for a big tournament, of course.
Yeah, just for flyball.
Well, yeah.
Okay, now when you first started, what was probably one of the most important things you learned?
Well, as I said, after only 6 trainings, I already went to my first competition. So I did not learn a lot on that part, but I learned for myself. And if I have now new team members, that I need to instruct them better, I need to give them better techniques. So that's a lesson learned, not something I have learned from them.
Fair enough. That's good. Yes, technique is very well sought after now. So it's a good thing that you learn that now, and you can keep keeping all the dogs healthy and everything while they're running.
Yeah, that's true.
Out of all the dogs, even if it might not even been your own dog, was there one dog out there that you enjoyed running over any of the other ones?
Well, I love running with all dogs, of course.
Yeah.
But your first dog is also always something special, even though that was not my fastest dog. And then the other dog, until now, I loved running with was a daughter of my border collie that was also a border kelpie mix. She was very fast and very excited and loved the game. She passed away last year, so she isn't. But that was something special. With my youngest kelpie now, I almost have the same feelings. So she will become. It was her first competition year last year. So this year it would have been the second one, but yeah, with COVID-19 we didn't have any tournaments yet. So yeah, lots of practice without a tournament.
That's true. Yes, lots and lots of practice and exercise.
Yeah, true.
Okay, now would there be any place in the world that you'd love to go, whether it's compete, train, or even just watch now?
Well, I think the Valhalla for every flyball enthusiast in Europe is America or Canada, because the fastest team in the world are there. So it would be lovely to just watch them competing against each other. Of course, it's a little bit different here because we play on the grass, and your tournaments are most of all indoor. So it's a completely different game in some aspects, but still, it would be very nice to see and maybe even train in that way.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. So what exactly do you like about playing flyball?
Lots of. It's not individual. Like if you do agility, you're all day on your own, for example, or and maybe you can do 2 minutes on a field and then it's done. And if you're lucky, you meet some people you know, and otherwise you don't. And in flyball, it's a group happening. Everyone knows each other. Your team, you have your team with you. It's also not only what you do and what your dog does, but it's also the coaching, when do I place which dog. Yeah, the complete thing. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. So would there be any team or maybe one person out there that you enjoy racing over any other ones?
Well, I'm not really the person that is looking up to someone, but there are lots of persons I can learn a lot from, like Ju Lamont. I already had a workshop or two with him. Every time he can teach me something new. I have had a workshop with Pam Martin.
Yeah.
Also, I learned a lot from her, but I guess there are lots of persons even I don't know about that I can learn from. And that's a beautiful thing. I do flyball for 13 years. If you listen to each other, you can still learn a lot from the techniques and. Yeah.
For sure. Now, have you ever raced Joe?
I have never raced Joe. No.
Maybe one day, hey?
Well, my wife just shouts we raced against him in Powers in the Park in the UK, but I did not remember that. I thought he was just judged there, but okay. But it was, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, so I didn't know Jude then like I know it now.
Awesome. Okay, now what would be one of your earliest memories of flyball?
That was my first competition, I think. I didn't understand the game quite like I should have had. So we were in the finals. I didn't know there were finals, but I competed in the final. And I was so excited that I started whistling to call my dog. But of course, that's not allowed. Yeah, you cannot whistle to call your dog. So I was, the judge just told me that I couldn't do it. But of course, everyone was like, oh no, we're going to lose the race because you whistled. But the judge knew it was my first race, so he was not that strict.
Okay, now what would be one of your favorite memories of flyball, even if it's not even on the racing lanes?
Well, like I said, in 2013, I created my own team. We started with 8 persons in January. Around that time, we heard that there would not be an European Flyball Championship because of the team that was organizing it just dropped. They could not organize it anymore. And we decided with 8 persons to organize it in 4.5 months.
Wow.
So we organized the European Flyball with 8 people, and there were 90 teams. They needed to have camping spaces and food and beverages. So everyone was very impressed that we did that with a very small team. But that was one of the most memorable periods of flyball in my life. And then the second one was the European Flyball Championship we organized in 2017, but with a little bit more people, with a little bit more time. But that was a very great event. It was the first championship with more than 100 teams. So, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Good for you guys being able to do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, do you have any personal goals playing the sport?
Well, my goal for this year was my Calpi to do a sub-4 for the whole year. But I haven't competed yet, so it's still one of my pick-off lists to see if it worked or not, the training.
Awesome. Kay, do you have any hobbies outside of playing flyball?
Well, like I mentioned before, I'm also doing doggy dance or dog dance. Well, without competition, also freestyle frisbee.
Awesome. How long have you been doing those for?
Dog dance now a year and a half, and well, I think frisbee something the same, similar. Yeah.
Wow, good for you. Now, would there be anything in flyball that you would recommend to someone starting out?
Yes, take care of the health of your dog. Make sure that you do a proper warm-up and cool down from the beginning and from the start. Teach it yourself. Make it a habit. Also, do not want to rush your training. Make sure that the technique is correct before you move on to the next part, because once they have it wrong from the beginning, it's very hard to correct it and later on. And it's so important, that technique, for the health of your dog, that actually if you train for 1 year or 2 years, doesn't matter. The health of your dog is the most important thing, and especially now with it going much faster than it's ever been.
Yeah.
We're up to the limits of what's possible, I think, without hurting the dogs. Yeah, it's very important that you take care of everything.
Good job, well put. Okay, now the fun question. Is there somebody that I could get you to challenge to do an interview with me?
Well, I have been thinking about that question, and I think we have, like I said, we have 2 federations in Belgium. So maybe I have been, maybe you should ask someone of the other federations. So I have Evie Blokman. She is a young, well, a youngster. I think she's 23 years old, something like that. But she's also specializing herself in, well, dog physics. I think it's can be an interesting interview for you.
That's awesome.
I haven't contacted her yet, but I can give you her.
That would be awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. Okay, well, I think that's all the questions I have. Other than that, I'm glad that you could take time out of your day to be here with me. And, you know, it's just amazing that I can get this opportunity to talk to people across the world. And I'm so glad that you were one of them, and that Joe got me in contact with you. So hopefully at some point, I guess we'll get to see you on the racing lanes.
Yeah.
Thanks again for doing this with me. It's been amazing getting to talk to people like you. I hope at some point we actually get to meet. If you guys are new here, make sure you press that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss any new videos. Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and leave a comment below if you guys would like to hear some more questions or any new people you'd have in mind for the channel. If you guys would like more information on Flyball or even his team, check out the links in the description below. Until next time, see you then.